Welcome, my friend. I'm Richard Rossi, founder of the Congress of Future Medical Leaders. Welcome to video 2, which has the same goal as video 1, to convince you that you need to enroll as a delegate and not miss this incredible opportunity. Now, you remember yesterday we discussed the Congress as the recognized annual academic gathering for the very best and brightest high school students in the country, and that is you, my friend. It's where you come face to face with the biggest names in the world of medicine. I'm talking Nobel laureates, deans of medical schools, great medical scientists, fascinating patients, live narrated surgery. The list just goes on, and they're all there because they believe you are the best hope for the future of medicine. They're all there because they believe it is well worth their time. Now, remember, we also discussed how high-achieving delegates and so many alumni say that the Congress was the jumping off point where they realized exactly how big their future could be and exactly how they were going to get there. And where parents say they got a very clear picture of how to best support their child's dreams. And finally, we talked about the current medical crisis and the worries that I think you share with your fellow delegates, that you're not properly recognized for your efforts and achievements and how that's not fair. You worry that you may never reach your full potential in life, that you may let yourself down, that you may let your family down, that you're worried about getting into a good school and really worried about money, and also that you might not choose the right career, that you might blow it. I think we agreed that you share many of these feelings, that you share many of the worries, and that's really good to know because you're not alone, you're not crazy. You have a whole tribe of super smart high achievers that think just the way you think. People who share your worries, your hopes, your dreams, people who get you and think what's cool are the same things that you think are cool. It's an amazing feeling to be around all these people that understand you and want you to succeed. Now today, I've got a question for you. Why do you think the greatest names in the world of medicine, the gods of medicine, are going to be spending their precious time with you? You know, it may not be politically correct to say this, but the truth is it's because you are very, very special. For you, greatness awaits. Greatness awaits. You've been nominated as a delegate because you deserve to be honored and recognized. Now, not just for your achievements, but also for your amazing potential. We believe, and all the speaker mentors who are going to be with you in Congress Live believe that you represent truly and literally the very, very best hope for the future of the medical profession. They think that by spending time with you, they can in one fell swoop affect the lives of those that in all likelihood are going to change the medical profession and for the better and really impact humanity. So I want you to see a much, much bigger future than the one that you saw before. 5 times bigger, 10 times bigger. You may not believe that now. You may say, well, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3 times bigger. But honestly, you can play an enormous game in life. And please believe me when I say that it's critical you do. Because if there's one thing this pandemic has shown me, is that we need you. I believe that so many people don't play a big enough game in life. And the reason's either because they don't have the right mentors, or because they don't have a big enough vision, or maybe it's because they're just afraid. But that can't be you. Your potential is too huge. Your future is too big. And it's our job to help you prepare for that greatness by showing you a much, much bigger future than the one perhaps you see now before the Congress. And we believe you need to play the very, very biggest game you possibly can in life, because that's the only way you're going to look back at the end of your life in 100 or 125 years and say, this was an awesome ride. I loved it. And I'm so proud of my life. But you can't do that alone. You need support. You need mentors. You need vision. You need motivation. You need a sense of purpose and a feeling of what's possible. And that is precisely what we're going to give you at Congress Live. We'll give you a path, we'll give you a plan, a set of steps to follow to play the biggest game and be that person that you were always born to be. As I say, so many people don't play a big enough game in life, and I'm not even sure why. But this can't happen to you. It absolutely can't. It must not. And we are all devoted to making sure that you have all of the wisdom and direction that you need to get to that huge future. One thing I said earlier is that most delegates believe they're not recognized enough for their efforts and their achievements. Well, you know why you feel that way, right? It's because you actually don't get the recognition you deserve for your hard work and your achievements. But at the Congress, we think that's absolutely unacceptable, and it just can't be that way. People who've achieved as much as you have academically and have the dreams that you have and the ambitions to get there do deserve honor and recognition. One of the most important parts about attending the Congress is receiving your award of excellence to use in your college applications, scholarship applications, internship applications, job applications. And at the end of the Congress, after you take a quiz to prove you actually were there, we'll inscribe it and we'll mail it to you. And even before you receive it, you'll get permission to say that you received your award of excellence and a digital badge that you can put on your profiles to prove that you did. It's a really, really big deal that can help open doors for you. And the last thing I want to do today is tell you a little bit about what it is you're going to experience. First, foremost, you're going to hear from some of the greatest minds alive, people who've reached the absolute pinnacle of success in the world of medicine, Nobel laureates, deans of medical schools, as I said, young geniuses, fascinating patients. Give me a minute, I'm going to show you some of the people who are going to be joining you at the Congress. I just pulled a few examples, just a tiny number. So this is Ray Mitchell, MD. Dr. Mitchell has been Dean of Medical Education at Georgetown University School of Medicine for 20 years, one of the most prestigious and competitive medical schools in the country. He's a sitting member of the National Council of Deans and an active force in sculpting the evolution in medical school curriculum. He's also one of a very few medical school deans who's also a practicing physician. And he wants to be there with you. He's asked to be there with you. This is Sir Richard Roberts. Dr. Roberts is a biochemist, a molecular biologist. He received the Nobel Prize in Medicine, where he and his team discovered RNA splicing. And he's now joined New England Biolabs as Chief Scientific Officer, where he is continuing his work in bioinformatics. And he just told me the other day that his lab is hard at work on several COVID-19 projects. Nobel laureate, the most prestigious, the highest prize in all of medicine. This is an amazing man, Dr. Boden Pomahak, who is a world-renowned plastic surgeon, a groundbreaking leader in transplantation. He established the plastic surgery transplantation program at Brigham and Women's Hospital, which is part of the Harvard system, where in 2009, he and his team performed the second partial face transplant in the United States, followed by the first full face transplant in 2011, and the first full African-American full face transplant in 2019. Unbelievable. And lastly, in the Young Genius department, this is Erin Smith. While in high school, she developed a tool to detect and monitor Parkinson's disease in its earliest stage using video technology. Her tool resulted in a win at the 2018 Intel International Science and Engineering Fair and landed her on the 2019 Forbes 30 Under 30 list of breakthrough scientists. She was a Thiel Fellow and she just finished her freshman year at Stanford University. And this is just the beginning, just a small number of the geniuses, the incredible people who are at the Congress just for you, just for you. Maybe you've also heard about and are looking forward to one of the absolute highlights of the Congress, which is surgery, with live step-by-step commentary by the surgeon himself or herself, answering your questions live as the surgery is proceeding. It's awesome. Now, I got to tell you, in all fairness, it's not for everyone. If the sight of blood and things like that make you ill, you may want to consider stepping out during that segment. Perhaps you're not even going to be a physician. Maybe you're going to be a researcher or medical scientist and won't have to deal with that. And there are no points for extra bravery here. Nothing about the surgery itself is going to be on the quiz, because we know that some people, this is just a little too much for, okay? One of the most exciting parts of the Congress will be you getting to know and working with and interacting with your fellow delegates. So there'll be many times during the Congress where we break you out into small groups of 3 or 2 or 4 to work together by video or audio, to get to know one another and figure out some of the really important things that are going to lead to your mutual success, to make friends, maybe lifelong friends, maybe with future colleagues. There's so much more I want to tell you, but that's going to have to wait until tomorrow. So right now, I want to announce a contest. If you want to be entered into a raffle for one of 3 free full scholarships, all I need you to do is enter your parents' email address below. Now, why do I want your parents' email? Just one reason. I want to invite them to a live video broadcast like this so I can try and convince them to send you to Congress Live. So enter their email below, and we're going to draw 3 names today for scholarships. And last, let me tell you about something you and hopefully your parents absolutely positively have to put on your calendar immediately. Have you ever wondered if there were shortcuts to learning that could increase your speed and capacity dramatically and give you almost total recall? Well, there are. And we've convinced the world's expert to come and teach you exactly how to do it. His name is Jim Kwik, and he's dedicated his life to helping others unleash their true genius and brain power. He's host of the top education podcast, Kwik Brain, and the instant New York Times best-selling author of Limitless, Upgrade Your Brain, Learn Anything Faster, Unlock Your Exceptional Life. Your exceptional life. For over 2 decades, he served as a brain coach to entrepreneurs, professional athletes, political leaders, business magnates. He's got corporate clients like Google, Virgin, Nike, SpaceX, the Cleveland Clinic, the United Nations, Harvard. He's also a coach to a who's who of Hollywood elite, including several stars of X-Men. So if you want a real advantage, this is your chance, and your parents' chance too. Jim is going to be live this Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You're not going to hear any of this at school, so you got to get ready, because Jim is just one small example of how Congress Live is going to change your life. Okay? I think it's time for you to make that leap now. I think it's time for you to enroll as a delegate now, because the Congress is less than 30 days away. So that's it for today. There'll be one more big broadcast you don't want to miss tomorrow, so I'll see you then. In the meantime, stay safe, and we'll talk soon.